Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 15th, and today was a crazy weather day again. Started off, it was kind of cold and that stuff, and it was trying to snow off and on a little bit here and there. I was going to head up and we were going to go to Fairfield and run the trails. My buddy wanted to leave his place at like 8:30 when he dropped his daughter off for work. Headed to Fairfield. Didn't feel like taking Bruce over there and having him over in the snow, the deep snow and that, and having to run 9 miles. It was going to be enough of a workout dealing with that alone. So I decided to drop him back off with some friends of mine. They babysit him off and on and stuff. And they got their dogs they play with and whatnot and whatever. And their kids love the hell out of Bruce. So it's one of those things they kind of like to see him. So I try and take him over there, I don't know, a couple times a month, 3 or 4 times sometimes even. So one of those deals that my dog doesn't really get along very good with my buddy's dogs. They're kind of just like crazy aggressive at him, and in the beginning it wasn't bad because they were scared of him and stuff. He's so damn big, and then they started being a little more bullying on him. And a couple times back when he's up there, he came in the house and the dogs just went like ape shit, and it really freaked him out, and he had a horrible day. And ever since then he kind of goes in more timid. And those dogs, because he knows they're in the aggressive stage, not just the playful, let's have fun stage. And now he's timid from, so they're able to chase him around. And he's a lover, not a fighter. He has no interest in like even defending himself in most cases, except once he actually defended me and him both from a stray dog that tried to attack us on a run one day. But other than that, he's like just a giant baby. And so he gets so stressed out and he gets so worried and stuff. I try not to take him up there anymore, and I have to. So it's working out really good. People really enjoy seeing him, and then I get to keep from having to put him through the extra stress of having to be around my buddies. The dogs up there up in Ottumwa are just, like I said, they're not great dogs. So it's one of those deals. It's easier just to kind of keep them separated. Now, when it warms up and this summer and stuff, I'll probably take him back up more. So we'll be outside and won't be like in the trailer smoking cigars or down in the basement the whole time. We'll be outside a lot more. So it'll make it a little bit easier, in the dealing with the stress and stuff. But I went over there. I was going to drop him off about 9:30 or so. I actually went over to my grandparents' house early and got them to sign basically the statement stuff they made about the deal with my brother and all that kind of junk and the whole 9 yards. So got that taken care of, and waiting to hear back from friends of mine to watch the dog, and I didn't hear from them and stuff. I think they slept in a little late, and I finally got a hold of them and stuff. I actually just went over and knocked on the door. Nobody even replied to the text, but I was already getting near an hour late when I was wanting to take off, and we decided not to take off that early in the morning because I wouldn't need to drop the dog off then at like 7:30, and they said there's no way they're getting up that early. So we changed it back to 9:30, and then I still ended up knocking on the door, and I don't know if they were still like sleeping in. I know they were up pretty late that night before or whatever. And then went ahead and headed up to Ottumwa. By the time I got there, it was snowing pretty good. Really coming down in just like sheets. It was ridiculous how fast it was coming down. I actually stopped about a little over halfway there and actually aired down my tires, which I usually run my tires like 65, 70 PSI. When I'm hauling heavy loads in the van or pulling a big trailer, it seems to really help. But I haven't hauled a big load or a heavy trailer behind that thing in probably 2 months. And I thought, shit, I got an air compressor, I'll pump it back up. So I let the air down. Seemed to help a little bit for traction. I only dropped it down to like 35 PSI, which is plenty. I could have dropped it down to 8 if I needed to, if it was really bad. It wasn't that bad to worry about. I don't want to drive highway speeds at 8 PSI, but I can do it if I have to. Just getting in and out of like, bad spots and stuff. So got to my buddy's place though, hung out there. He wasn't there when I first got hanging. Basically bullshit with him and his dad and stuff. Smoked a couple cigars, and he had to go out and get his daughter from work after she got off and that. Got back from that, and then we basically just kind of, again, just sat out there, shot the shit, headed inside, ended up having a delicious pulled pork sandwich. Is absolutely great. It was just amazingly juicy, tasty, wonderful food there. And then we ended up shooting the shit some more and stuff. But, I almost forgot. I'd been at Ottumwa like, 20 minutes, not even, probably 30 minutes at most. And I got a phone call from the people that babysit my dog, and they said that Bruce was really sick and that, and he had like just water diarrhea. There's like no like stooling at all. It's just like he was just shitting water. And so I was like, okay. So I started calling around, trying to get a hold of vets and stuff, trying to get a hold of like even Walmart that sells like antidiuretic medication for dogs. Of course, all the vets, it's noon on Saturday, so they're all gone. I'm not paying $100 emergency phone call visit to one of the vets that has the option of that just to get a prescription. It's like $4.69 for the stuff. And I'm thinking, if he's not doing poorly, I'm not going to do it. If I was taking him out to see him, he wasn't like doing well, it'd be different. He was still semi-active. He was kind of being a little bit drowsy, they said. And I went ahead and basically we kind of chatted back and forth. I got online, did some research, kind of gave him some pointers. Asked if they had any Pedialyte. They didn't have any, unfortunately. They said they could run out and get stuff if like Walmart in town or wherever one of the vet clinics would have the medication I needed. So I went ahead and said heck with it, ordered myself some antidiuretic for the dog. It won't be here till probably Wednesday, I'm thinking. Monday's President's Day, so it won't be mailed that day. So it's going to push back. But they went ahead and we texted back and forth. And he said at one point I texted the buddy of mine, and he's like, oh, he's in there. He's sleeping in the bed with his wife and I think like 2 of his 3 kids. And they did like just giant, all piled up in the bed and kind of took a nap. And I told him he was probably faking the illness just to get more cuddling time because he loves to just cuddle up and sleep with people. So I went ahead and we kind of laughed and joked with that. He was doing pretty good, so I basically, if he gets any worse, keep me updated and I'll get home as soon as I can. But at the time, it was snowing so hard, I almost really didn't feel safe being on the road at that point. And then it cut back, stopped snowing, then it started snowing again, back and forth, color times. Absolutely crazy. They basically said he didn't get any worse. He was kind of acting the same the rest of the time. I finally headed home, got there. My dog was doing right. He's a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish and stuff, but he was doing fine. Really had no issue there and stuff. So went ahead and got talking. They were heading out to go eat. There's a new restaurant here in town called The Garage, and it's like a car-themed little restaurant thing and that. And they got doors and hoods and grills and bumpers all over the place in the decoration. And they invited me up there, and I was like, no, I'm just going to go home. I had kind of a early, late lunch, early dinner. It's the only thing I'd eaten all day besides a fruit smoothie up there in the Tumwa. I thought no big deal. And they're like, oh, come on, go. And so they kind of bugged at me a little bit, which I'm really glad they did. I was like super happy about that because I'm normally the type, I'm like, no, you guys go do your thing. But it was just basically their family and stuff. And it wasn't like a date night or nothing. It's just basically going to eat. So we went ahead there, had a real good time, ran into a couple different people, some friends of mine, haven't seen for a while. Chat with them a little bit in the restaurant stuff as they were leaving. We were coming in. And then basically just had a real good meal. I had the fish and chips, which the fish was, I think their oils, either the oil was too hot or they left it in too long, so it was overcooked. And it was like, I'm not sure what kind of oil they're using, but it was like super absorbed in their breading. I don't know if it's the breading problem or what. There's just way too much grease in it, and it was overcooked. So it wasn't the best, but their fries, their steak fries, were phenomenal. I mean, the steak fries were the best part of the whole meal, and their baked beans were really good too. They had giant chunks of pork in it. Really delicious stuff there. But the fish, not so big deal. I'll get a burger next time, or maybe a tenderloin, something like that, and go from there. So one of those things that, you live and learn. And I'd mentioned before I hadn't ate there. They eat there off and on. They do takeout in there quite often. And they kind of, basically wanted me to try it out and stuff, that kind of thing. And I kind of laughed. She's like, well, this way you can go try it out with, people you like. And I'm like, and I know she goes, people you know. I said, oh, that's great, and I appreciate it, but I'd much rather do it with people I like instead of you guys. And then we all laughed about it and stuff. Really, and it's just that sense of humor kind of thing and that. So got that all done. Got back from the restaurant. We left the dog there. I was gonna run him home first. I thought, screw it, I was leaving there at their house. Got back. He was feeling better. He got back ready and stuff. He's acting a little bit better. Took him outside, went to the bathroom. He actually had a semi-solid stool, so that was making me feel a lot better about the whole thing. Brought him back inside, and he started trying to chase the cat around, so he started acting a little better and stuff. Got him home and that. Decided to take him for a run. I thought, hey, he was acting like he wanted to burn off a little bit of energy. So I threw the running collar on him, got my running shoes, got dressed up, my multiple layers, my turtleneck and all that kind of junk, and headed out for a run. It snows were like on the side roads. It was just like thick as crap, slick underneath. It was just really hard running. And he was out just playing in the snow and jumping and running around like as if he was a freaking puppy again. Like he wasn't even sick. It was the weirdest thing. Got him back home. He ate some more food, drank a bunch of water, and just like crashed out. He's good to go. Jumped up, ran around, did like crazy shit again, went back and crashed out again. So I can tell you don't have quite the energy, but on the run, he was just having a heyday, having a blast. So I'm going to have to give him a hard time tomorrow and let him know. I'm like, you broke my damn dog, because as soon as I got him back, he was perfectly fine. So I don't know what the heck that was all about. But I know it was one of those things they were really concerned about it, because the fact that normally we just communicate through texting, and he like called me like immediately, and he was really freaking out and worried about him. So other than that, got home, went to the grocery store and stuff with him, sat in the van, he got in the front seat, just like he always does and stuff. Got back, he was all jumping, hyper around kind of stuff. Got Gersh put away, and that's when I went for the run, and he was just happy as a lark. So no clue there, really. I'll keep an eye on him tomorrow, keep an eye on the stools and stuff, see how he's doing. Normally I just kind of throw him out back, don't worry about it. but the next couple of days I'll keep an eye on him. I'm going to get some Pedialyte in him and probably maybe get a little Gatorade in him. They say rice and boiled beef, I guess, like ground hamburger kind of thing. So I don't know why if it's boiled, I mean just so you can get the excess like grease off it or whatever. But I'll give it a try and see what happens if I need to, and then hopefully when the medication gets here, if I need it, I'll give it to him. If I don't, I won't. So that's all I've got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.